Hey guys, Squid here and welcome to another Unity Playmaker tutorial. In today's tutorial we're going to be doing top-down shooting in a 2D environment. So we'll have where the character can be controlled and the gun direction can be controlled by the character. Before we do that, hit like and subscribe. Also, in my Discord server I am hosting a giveaway to celebrate 100 subscribers. Join my Discord server and go to the relevant giveaway channel, which will be live now from today, the 14th of August 2022, until the 1st of September of this year, 2022. I'll be giving away to 5 people one of my Udemy courses of your choice to celebrate hitting 100 subscribers. You don't need to be a subscriber to enter the giveaway, although it would be nice. So yeah, hit like and subscribe, join the Discord server, and go to the right channel in the server to enter the giveaway. So yeah, let's jump into it. So I've got a very basic scene here. I've got my player here tagged as player, floor, and just got a basic movement FSM. So if I hit play, he will move around using the ASWD keys. See, and also the keys, the directional arrow keys. But obviously we want so that, in this case, for this video, the directional keys, the up, down, left and right keys actually control a different thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to edit here, project settings, and you'll see we've got the vertical and horizontal axes here. You may have to click on this arrow to make them appear. And we've got another two called horizontal and vertical. What we're going to do is we're just going to change these. So we're going to change this one to be hori. I'm going to set gravity to 3, this to 0.001, and this to 3. And where it says joystick axis, I'm going to change this to keyboard or mouse. You can use mouse, but it's a lot more fidgety. I'll do a video in the future how to do it with the mouse. Okay, and then we're going to do the same with vertical. I'm just going to call it vert. We need different names. Gravity 3, 0.001, and sensitivity 3, and set this to key or mouse button. Okay, so now if we hit play, these should now not work, hopefully. So that is still working for there. So we need to make a few changes still. So we'll go to edit, project settings again. And we need to change these ones here. Where it says negative left, delete that, positive right, delete that. Vertical, negative down, positive up, we're going to delete them. Okay, and in vertical, negative, we're going to type down, positive up, and then same in here, negative will be left, positive will be right. Okay, so if we now hit play and use our directional arrow keys, you'll see now he doesn't move, but ASWD he will still move. Okay, perfect. So that is our movement for the character sorted. Now we're going to need to create the weapon. So we're going to use our cannon here. Now I'm using a sprite. Obviously you probably use some sort of sprite as well. But if I pop this into my scene here, if I zoom in, let me just fix that to how it should be on yours. Okay, when you put it in the scene, it's going to be like this, where you'll see the cross point here is going to be in the center. So if I actually rotate it, it's going to rotate like that, and that is not going to work. It'll look weird. It's like kind of like holding the gun, say like this, to rotate it, and that would be weird. You obviously want to hold it on like the handle, the grip of the gun. So we need to change that. So I set that to 90, and actually I want that minus 90, and then set that to 0 on the Y. Okay, so on the sprite here, now this all depends. If your sprite in your assets folder here looks like how it is in my scene view, you'd want to set the pivot point to be left. If it was the other way around, where the point where the bullets will come out of is facing left, you set it to right. But because mine is facing up here, I want my pivot point to be down, or in this case bottom. So I'll set it to bottom. You could also even try custom, where you have to type it in yourself and use the sprite editor. But because I know it's going to be on the bottom, I'll put it as bottom, click out apply, use my rotate tool, and you'll see now where it is, and it's now rotating how it should do. Okay, so next we want to, on our player, create an empty game object. I'm going to call this the hand. I'm going to give it an icon, say this orange one or red one here. Drag this out a little bit, and with our cannon we're going to add an FSM and call this follow hand, and we're going to have a what was it, the one I wanted? Move towards. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to set this to be 0. I'm going to set this to say move speed of 20, and target object, we're going to put the hand here. So if I hit play, that should now snap to there instantly, hopefully. There we go. And you'll see now it will follow our player. Okay, perfect. Now with our cannon, we're going to want like a crosshair to show how we are shooting or where we are shooting. So let's put a square here. I'm going to set this to say 0.2 by 0.2 and set that to 0. Okay, now you're probably best using a sprite like an X shape or a circle or whatever, curly brackets opposite for each other, like back to back. But I'm just going to use this one for now. Set that to black. Set it out a bit more, so say like here, and we'll call this crosshair. And I'm going to put that as a child of the cannon. Okay. And we're going to want one more thing here. We're going to create another empty and call it target. Okay, and again we'll set that to 0. Make sure it's 0 on the Z or Z axis. Okay, I'll put an icon on this, make it purple, and I'm going to move this quite far away. So I never want that to appear inside the camera view, because this is where when we fire a bullet or whatever, when it reaches this point it's going to destroy itself. So you want it to be off screen, never going to appear on screen. If you have the camera following the player, maybe like using Sin Machine, that you can have it literally there, and then as soon as the bullet hits there it will destroy itself when we set that up. But I'm going to put it so it won't be ever on screen, so about there is okay. Drag that into here to make it a child object, and then we also want to add a fire point. And this is going to be where our bullet will come from, so I'll pop that there, which is this here. Okay, so we're going to add now our bullet, our cannonball in this case it's called. Okay, and we're going to add 2 states, and we'll call this fire bullet. You can call it whatever you want. 2 states. And we'll call this movement. And I'm going to call this one clean up. And I'm just going to put a finished transition. Link them together. In movement, we're going to look for tween position. And then in cleanup, we're going to have destroy self. And I'm going to set that to real time there. Okay, so now we need to get it so our bullet will actually move towards that. Okay, in the tween position, we're going to want to get where it's moving to. So our target, we are going to add an FSM and call it get position or get POS. And I'm going to add a get position 2D. And I'm going to store that in a vector 2. So that's going to record our X and Y positions. And let's call it target POS. Okay, and then our cannonball, we can then do 2 world position, use variable, and then globals convert target POS. Okay, and then just drag that into here to make a prefab. We can delete that. On the cannon, we will then add an FSM and we'll call this shoot. And I'm going to add 3 states here with a finished transition on all of them. Link them together to make a circle, or it goes around in a circle, I should say. Okay, state 1 is going to be press to fire. Here we're going to create bullet, and then here wait. So press to fire, we want to do an action. We'll go get key down. And this is where you can choose anything. So in this case, I'm just going to say spacebar, and that's going to go to finished. Here we're going to do a create object as well as next frame event, and in wait we'll use wait. Okay, so in create bullet, first of all we're going to choose our game object, go to assets and choose our cannonball. Then we're going to choose fire point as spawn point, and then finished for next frame event. In wait we'll say 0.5, finished in real time. We hit play, so that's now following our player. Hit space. Oh, wrong one. You see our bullet will now spawn and head over there. And when it gets there, it destroys itself. Perfect. And then obviously if we move, and that's happening because of the speed. So we actually want to up the speed of our cannonball. And I'll put that to 0.5. And also, where it says ease in quad, we're going to change that to linear, ease type, and in real time. Now that should move a lot faster and then not look weird where it's curving down. There we go. We do up, you see it looks a lot better now because it's not coming from a weird, or moving in a weird way, or looking like it is. Okay, so now we just need to get it so the gun will look at where we want to aim. And this is actually quite simple. So we're going to create an empty object and call it rotate target. Okay, and we can pop that anywhere. I'm just going to give it a tag. I'll use a yellow one here so it's easy to see. And we're going to add an FSM called movement. Okay, and we'll add the same as before for what we were for the player, and that's going to be a translate and 2 get axis. Now this is where we're going to use the ones we edited earlier. So horizontal, for the second one we change it to called hori. Okay, and give it a multiplier, say 10. Want to be a bit faster. And then we're going to set that into a global variable. I already had them, called hori. Is fine. I already made them earlier. I forgot to get rid of them for when I had an error earlier. Okay, and then same here, vert, speed of 10, and then create a new one called vert. I've already got it there, vert. And then set x to be hori and y to be vert. If we hit play, if we watch it, when we're using our arrow keys, that will now work. Now, for some reason I must have put them in the wrong place here, so let's go to our project settings again and let's have a look. Negative left, have I put them in the wrong place in vertical? Negative is down, positive up. Okay, so that's why it's inverted here. So we'll untick the box here, and let's double check here. No, okay. Okay, if you actually now watch this, you press up, it will go up, down, down, left, right, like that. Okay. So, that is done. So we just need now to get our cannon to look at that. So we're going to add a new FSM on our cannon. And we'll call that follow crosshair. Okay, and then all we want here is to do a look at 2D game object. Okay, where it says draw debug line, I'm going to tick that there. Offset rotation. You may need to mess around with this, but I know because of how mine is, I need it to be 90. Because obviously, normally, my sprite is facing up. So I want it to be 90 to make it rotate the right way. And then target object, rotate point. Now hopefully, if this all works, should snap in. And you can see now I'm using the arrow keys and I'm now rotating. I can put it up, fire. Okay, where is that target? Okay, that's the problem there. Make sure we tick every frame. I was wondering why it was still firing over there. We need to do every frame so it refreshes its position every frame. Okay, so if we fire there, fire there, fire. Now how it is now with that is easy to fix. It's because the cannon here needs to be, say, 6 there. And then that is it. We now have a player what can move, on his own. And we can fire with that. And yeah, and obviously our player can move as well. Now, I will make some videos to show how to do it with a mouse and also how to do it even with a controller in the future. So if you like that, hit the like button and subscribe. Okay, and that is it. That is how we get our character to move and shoot in any direction in a 2D top-down perspective. Obviously, you could have it as a circle and do it like that if you wanted. Another one I'll do in the future is also, you know, how it can actually follow the player, kind of like, this is like this. Let me put it on the screen. Like this here. Where, let me move him up a bit for the player holder. And it works. So the player can only move up and down. You can't move sideways, but when you rotate the mouse, this is mouse rotation here, it will then rotate like that. Okay, so that's for in the future. So yeah, if you found this video useful, please like and subscribe. I know it's a bit of a long one, but there's a lot to do in this one. So if you watched all the way to the end, thank you very much. Again, like and subscribe. Enter the giveaway in the Discord server, link in the description and in the top comment. And yeah, again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, 8-Bit Squid out.